How long does it take to buy a home? How long it takes to buy a home completely depends on the first two questions that I answered. How prepared are you, both from the financing side, both from understanding what you're going to buy, and then line that up with the inventory. If no inventory exists, it may take you a while. But guess what? If you're prepared, it may take you a day. It may take you 2 years. It all depends on the opportunities that come across your desk and the opportunities that you go and find. This is a funny business. The deals that you think are going to be the easiest sometimes end up being the most complex and difficult. The ones that you think are going to be very difficult oftentimes end up being the easiest, and you never know. And that's coming from somebody that's done a lot of business and a lot of transactions. The whole right home comes along when the right home comes along. I'll equate it to a story that I had with two really good friends of mine, Jeremy and Joy. I mean, Jer's 6'9" if you're watching the stream. He's looking for a house with a finished basement in Old South. Very difficult find. Showed them 49 houses. I work with the best clients on the planet. They were apologetic. I'm so sorry. None of these houses worked. I didn't care. If you're working with the right person, understand this. Those 49 houses, I now have in-depth knowledge of. I've gone through them. I've looked at them. How did they compare? I gave pricing opinions on those houses. So if you're in Old South, you need to sell a house in London, Ontario, call me, because I've probably been in a house on one of your streets, right? So if you're working with the right person, they're going to be there for you. They're not going to push you into something that's not the right fit. But the vice versa is true. I've also shown people houses where they walk into it, ticks every single box. It's the right house for them. For whatever reason, if they don't purchase it, they may end up having to wait a while because another house that compares to that one doesn't come along for some time. And it's a very fine line to walk as an agent, if you're watching this, to understand that you got to assume that they know what's right for them and be there to support them in the right decision. But as a consumer, you need to understand that not every agent's just trying to sell you something to get a paycheck. Sometimes when they say it's the right house, it's the right house. And what can happen in a real estate transaction is it can get a little sticky when you have a lot of people giving you opinions on a transaction where you start second guessing yourself. As my good friend Scott McGilvery says, everybody gets 99 reasons to do something. They get stuck on the one reason not to. And then they look back 10 years later and don't understand why. So I'm just going to give you that little vote of confidence, and hopefully that helps you today.